this experience with Donald Trump?
Yeah, I mean, Joe, you look at a recent story by Ileana Johnson in Politico about Donald Trump being at a fundraiser and disclosing classified information about a sensitive operation in Syria. And you wonder, well, when, I'm sure low-level people are going to continue to be prosecuted for such offenses, but are those in the upper echelons of power just completely immune and don't have to follow the law?
Yeah, I got to say, to Eddie's point, I do have faith. I have undying faith in the American people, and undying faith in the American people's ability every 2 years to punish extremes at the ballot box. And if you look at recent history, that is exactly what they've been doing over the past decade, and I suspect that's what they're going to do this fall. CNBC's Dominic Chu, thank you so much. And Stephanie Ruhle, we are going to be handing off coverage to you precisely at 9 a.m. or as soon thereafter as I stop talking. Still to come, Kate Snow is here with a... Hey, welcome back to Morning Joe. It's the top of the hour. Let's bring in now former CIA director and senior national security and intel analyst for NBC News, John Brennan. Thank you so much for being with us. And you just posted an opinion piece, and which leads to the Washington Post, which leads to the first question. Why do you feel the need as a former director of the CIA to speak out so strongly, so aggressively about what you see happening in the Trump administration and in the intel community you served?
Well, good morning, Joe. This is the first op-ed I've written since I left the government, and I felt the need to explain why I and so many other former national security officials are speaking out because of the abnormal and aberrant behavior of Mr. Trump that very much concerns us because of the negative impact we believe it is having on our national security. A bad signal that it sends to our young Americans, as I say in the op-ed, who look upon him as somebody who should be emulated as the most powerful position in the world, the President of the United States. And his continual lying, as well as lack of ethics, as well as lack of rigor in terms of the policies that he pursues. So these are, it is abnormal for us to speak out as critically and as vocally as we have, but these are abnormal times, and he is an abnormal president, and not in, he's aberration and not in a good way. That's what gives us the motivation to speak out.
Director Brennan, this is David Ignatius. Welcome to the Fellowship of Op-Ed Columnists. I want to ask you a question about North Korea, if I might. We have a North Korean intelligence chief in the United States. He's coming to Washington, and that raises for me the question, how much do we know about what goes on inside North Korea so that we'll be able to verify with some confidence what North Korea is doing as it moves toward, we hope, complete nuclear disarmament? What kind of intelligence base do we have?
Well, when I was in government, North Korea was probably the most difficult target to penetrate as far as getting the insights into what Kim Jong-un and others are planning and thinking. But